And so now then, we know that Israel wants to rule the world. And Israel, therefore, is waiting to replace the United States of America as a new ruling state in the world. I want to turn to Surah Al-Mursalat of the Quran. And I have to interpret this ayah. And we have the right to interpret. None can prohibit us, none can stop us. بعد أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم انطلقوا إلى ظل ذي ثلاث شعب. Proceed, meaning in history, to a shadow which will comprise of three parts. When we interpret the Quran, no one can claim I'm correct, because only Allah can confirm that an interpretation is correct. So you do not pick up boxing gloves over interpretation of the Quran. That's foolish. When you interpret the Quran, you say Allah knows best. If your interpretation is correct, it becomes truth, and truth will survive. No one can demolish truth. And if your interpretation is wrong, as mine has been sometimes in the past, you still get blessings for having made the effort to interpret. But tomorrow it'll go down the river of no return, and it will be forgotten. And so, intaliku ila zillin zi salasi shu'ab, proceed to a shadow comprised of three parts. And we say, this is Dajjal. And the trademark of Dajjal is that his mission comprises of three parts. Anything connected with him is in three parts. And when we apply this to politics, we see the emergence of Britain as a ruling state in the world, in modern Western civilization, and a Pax Britannica emerging as the first stage. And then we saw the United States of America built with the sweat and the blood of slaves. And the Pax Americana emerging, replacing Pax Britannica. And we say this is the second stage of Dajjal. And it was only Ayatollah Ruhullah Khomeini, Rahimahullah, nobody else. No one else had the courage to say what he said, no one else. And today, no one has the courage to say what he said. He pointed his finger to Washington. He said, Shaitanul Kabir. Shaitanul Kabir. And so there is a third stage to come. And Washington will ride out into the sunset. Pax Americana is in irreversible decline. Trump could try as much as he wants. He cannot make America great again, because America's time in history has come and is going. And there is a third stage of the three to come, and we say it is Pax Judaica. In order for Israel to emerge as a Pax Judaica, a ruling state in the world, Israel has to establish her dominion over the entire Arab world. There must be no Arab regime which is resisting Israel. And now we can understand why Libya was attacked. And today Libya, which was resisting Israel, is now in submission. Why Iraq, Saddam Hussein was the blue-eyed boy of Washington. Yes, taking weapons, taking money from Washington to wage a war against the Islamic Revolution in Iran. But when Iraq took the bait and attacked Kuwait, then Washington got what was wanted. And now Iraq is now in submission. And there was Syria left, and there was Yemen left. And in Syria, in Lebanon, there was the Hezbollah, and in the Holy Land, there was Hamas. And so now this is preparatory in order for Israel to establish her dominion over the entire Arab world. All Arab regimes must be in a state of submission to Israel. So they went to work to destroy Hamas, and they used a 9/11 to do it. We knew the weapons were not going into Gaza. It wasn't Santa Claus bringing it. The drones were not being brought by Santa Claus. No. It was the Israeli Mossad at work with the CIA, siphoning off weapons which were going to Ukraine and sending it via Saudi, their puppy dog, Saudi Arabia, into Gaza to set a trap for Hamas. And because Hamas didn't have much upstairs, they know how to fight. They don't have much upstairs. That's why they're now recognizing the Syrian regime. Same Hamas, recognizing the new Syrian regime. Then Hamas was walking into the trap, like Saddam Hussein walked into the trap. And Israel then got the chance that Israel wanted to seek to destroy Hamas, destroy Hezbollah, assassinate Hassan Nasrallah, and now to remove the regime in Syria. And Israel is boasting, we did it. We did it in Syria, and we're going to do it in Yemen as well. But someone should remind Israel about a man who said, I'm a prophet of God, and who said there'll be a fire coming out of Yemen. You know about that. Among the 10 signs he mentioned, he said a fire will come out of Yemen, and that fire will drive them to their place of assembly for judgment. And we can see the heat and the flames of that fire already. So while we know that they will continue to control Damascus until the imam comes, we also know that the fire in Yemen cannot be extinguished. It will remain there all the time.